Let us see. Now, next verse that we have is very beautiful. My favorite, my favorite. I recite it often, often. No, I may not finish everything. Impossible, impossible. But let's start, huh? Because something I said we'll do it, inshallah. Suratul Mominoon, the believers. This is a Meccan surah. Its first 11 ayah describe the characteristics of the believer. Yes, characteristics of the believers and the reward that awaits them. Now I ask you, am I a believer? We should all ask ourselves, am I a believer? Even the sisters can ask themselves, am I a believer? No, Allah describes the characteristics of the believer. We got to see these things, characteristics. Do I fit there? The characteristics of the believers that Allah describes. Do I fit there? Or maybe not. Huh? So this is what we have to study, understand, implement them if we have some deficiencies, and then we will become part of the believers, you know, those who will succeed in the hereafter. Very beautiful, my brothers and sisters. You know, when I was in Jordan and also little while in Makkah, this surah was recited by the Imam every single day, or somebody in the morning will recite, in the evening will recite. And I was fascinated by this, you know, because this is the surah. Now, of course, people in the Middle East, they know the language, so they don't have to worry about what Allah is trying to tell us. But here we have a problem. Our language is not Arabic. So most of the people, they pray when the Quran is recited, they really don't know. I was also one of them, and I changed myself. You are also changing yourself. You are becoming more strong now. And you are, inshallah, understand the whole Quran like that, inshallah. So this is it. It's 11 ayahs describe the characteristics. First 11, believers, the reward that awaits them. The surah is named after them, the believers, yes. Like the other Meccan surahs, this surah also deals with the fundamentals of the faith, Tawheed, Risalah, resurrection, and judgment. These themes are brought home by drawing attention to the Allah's creation of man's through different stages in mother's womb. This is very, very, very important. Now, there are, I think, I'm not too sure, maybe there are over 80 verses or not, but we are going to do 16 verses. 11 verses describes the believer, and the other verses describes something fascinating, something scientific. It deals with embryology, and I have so much information to share with you, embryology. So, but I will still share with you a little bit. I want you to do your own research. I'll explain you, but I have something in my mind. So, these themes are brought home by drawing attention to Allah's creation of man through different stages in mother's womb. This is what I want you to understand. His creation, then Allah's creation of heavens and earth, His sending down of rains, growing plants, trees, fruits, His providing of domestic animals, very important, His providing of domestic animals with various benefits for them, for the man, benefits for the man, together with an emphasis on the fact that the man shall die and shall be raised up on the day of resurrection. All these things are there. So now these are other things because these are copied from Mohar Ali. So I will start from here. Now I will start, inshallah. First verse, the true believers. Who is the true believers? Who is the true believer? Clear Quran, successful indeed are the believers. Morally says, successful shall indeed be the believers. Simple, simple. Kad aflal mominoon. So kad is harfu tahqiq. No. If it was lakad, then it would have been kasam, jawabu kasam. This is not a jawabu kasam. There is no lakad here. So kad. Indeed, successful aflah, the one who succeeds. Aflaha yuflihu, to succeed, to prosper. Form 4. Aflaha, fi'lu ma'adin, mabnin ala fatah. Ma'nahu, what is the meaning of it? Az-zafaru, nasru, bil murad. Victory or triumph, one wishes for. Aw or bakau fil khair, khulud, internal life, internal existence, khulud. Bakaul khair, khair. With Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Jannah. Aflah, that is what one person wishes. Ma'anahu, this is the meaning of aflah. Fi'lu madin, mabni ala fatah. Mominoona. Are you with me? Mominoona. Okay. So, what is mominoona? We know mominoona. It comes from amana, from 4. Yominu, wa huwa mominun, ismu fa'il, believer. Mominoona, this is jama. Fa'ilun marfu'un bil waw, fine, that is good. It's fa'il, marfu' bil waw. Why it is marfu' bil waw? لأنه jama muzakkar salim. It is jama muzakkar salim. And this is jumla, is ibtidaiyya. So that is good enough, my brother and sister. First ayah, kad aflahal mu'minun. Now, you know, when you look at it, it's very easy, very, very nice, you know, very nice. But once you go in detail, then we want to go in detail, so then it becomes a little more complex. But the more complex it becomes, the more enjoyable it becomes. That is my personal theory, you know. Allazina. Now, all these ayat, mostly you will see Allazina hum fi salatihim khashiyun. So when I looked at it, when I say Allazina, has to be the naat for mominun. Allazina, this is the Allazina is the naat. Is a sifat, ismu mawsula, mana mabniun ala fatah, fi mahali rafin, because mominuna is a marfun, sifat lil mominin. It's explained here. That is good. Dr. Sulaiman Yaqub did a good job, you know. Fine. Now, I ask you something. Whatever you will see, hum mubtada, khashiuna khabar. Everything will be like that. Hum mubtada, mu'riduna khabar. Hum mubtada, Fa'iluna is the khabar. Wallazina hum mubtada. Hafizuna khabar. See, it's very simple in a way, but we have to go a little deeper. Huh? Okay. So hum is the mubtada. Damirun munfasilun fi ma'ali rafin mubtada. Huh? Mubtada. Hum. Fi salatihim. Fi harf jar mabniun ala sukun. Salati ism majrur wa huwa mudaf. Him mudaf ilayhi. Okay. Those who are humble, who humble themselves in prayers. Yes. Khashiuna is morally says who are in their prayers submissive, humble with their mind and body. Yes. Khashiuna, khashiuna. So we come here. So fi harf jar ism harf jar mabni ala sukun. Salati ism majrur bil kasra. Jar majrur muta'alliqun bi khashiuna. Wa salat ism mudaf. Hum mudaf ilayhi fi ma'ali jar mudaf ilayhi. Now khashiuna. What is this khashiuna, brother? Now we start our investigation. Khasha'a yakshaw wa huwa khashi'un. And this is jama, khashiuna. Hum jama, khashiuna. So I wrote here hum mubtada, khashiuna khabar. To be humble, submissive, khabar. And then jumlatu silatul mawsul, because allazi came, so this whole jumla is a silatul mawsul. Wa khushu'a fi salati khashiyatul qalbi. Your heart should be humble. Everything should be humble in your heart. Okay, you should be submissive and humble in your heart. Wal ilzamu basri mawdu'i sujud. And your eyes should be focused on the place of your sujood. Don't look here left and right. No, I will write down here. I will go a little further here. From here. Rawa and Nabi, yani it is riwayat from the Nabi. Rawa and Nabi means it is quoted from the Nabi. Absara rajulun yab'athu bi lihatihi fi salati. Absara means ra'a. Prophet saw a man, he was playing bil lihati, with his beard, all the time touching his beard and playing fi salati. Faqala, love, only if the khashiya qalbuhu, if the heart is submissive, khashiyat jawarihuhu, then the whole body, every organ of your body is humble and submissive. This is Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Very beautiful. Law khashiya qalbuhu, only if the heart was humble, submissive, then the whole body, every organ, limb, member, udu, all parts of body, you can say, then they have also the same humbleness. So here it comes, my brother, who are khashiyun, with their mind and body, they are humble, submissive. Submissive means to the will and guidance of Allah. Surrender, yield to Allah. That is it. So khashiyuna, I explained you, this is it. So hum khashiyuna. Okay, fine. Khashiyuna, khabrun marfun bil waw, marfun bil waw, and li annahu jama muzakkar salim. These are Jama Muzakkar Salim. Next one, clear Quran. Those who avoid idle talk morally, and who from vanity turn away, vain and useless talk, and deeds, including falsehood, shirk, sins, they turn away. They never go near falsehood or shirk or sin, useless vain talk. They don't go near there. وَالَّذِينَ حرف عطف الذين اسم موصولة مبني على فتح والذين في محل رفع سنا موصوف على الذين أولى. The first الذين, الذين هم في صلاتهم, so it is موصوف على الذين أولى, first one. Fine. Hum, same. Hum موردون. Hum, brothers and sisters, damirun munfasilun fi mahali rafin mubtada an harfu jar. See, from the look of it, as if we can finish everything now. No, I don't want to do it. There are beautiful things coming. It will take a lot of our time. So we'll do it, inshallah. And harfu jar, al-lagwi, lagwi. From the vain talk. Ismu majrur, lagwi ismu majrur, jar majrur, muta'alliqun bi mu'riduna. See, all our sound plurals are coming, masculine plurals are coming. Mu'riduna, arada, form 4. Yuridu, murid, muriduna. خبر مرفوع بالواو لأنه جمع مذكر سالم. What is lagwi? Worthless, idle, futile, loose talk, thoughtless utterance, nonsense, ineffectual, dirty jokes, etc. to amuse, to make fun. This is all lagwi. And we have seen, maybe in our ignorance, we also participated, but now Allah has opened our eyes, we stay away from them. So, moriduna, fine. So, hum mubtada, moriduna khabar, those who turn away, ever fall back, turn away from what? Anil lagwi, fine. Now we move forward. So, wallazina, same. Hum, mubtada, fa'ilun, khabar. Wallazina, mislo i'rab, allazina fi ayatil karimati, ayah number 3. Now this is like the i'rab of lazina in third ayah. Okay, allazina. We did it, but I don't want to go back now. Hum mubtada, fine, it's easy. Liz zakati. Jar majur mutalikun bi fa'ilun. Now, morally, now everybody beautifully explains. Clear Quran, those who pay alms tax. This is also from Clear Quran. Zakat means purification and growth. Yeah. How many of us know that zakat really, in essence, means purification and growth? Paying alms taxes and charity are forms of purifying one's wealth. We must remember that. So we should never slack in paying zakat. We should be punctual every Ramadan, and we should calculate how much to pay zakat in advance, inshallah. Morally, one who in respect of zakat are doers, fa'ilun, regular pairs. So here, morally says more about zakat, purity, goat. Technically, it means the prescribed charitable contribution for a specific purposes of a certain percentage of surplus wealth held for 1 year. Did you get the idea? Inshallah. It is so called because it purifies wealth and makes for its proper growth. Yes, it purifies wealth and makes for its proper growth. Fine. So whom, zakat, same thing, jar majrur, and fa'ilun, fa'ilun is fi'lun, fa'ala. So I wrote down here, it is coming from, where this fa'ilun is coming from? It is coming from fa'ala, to do something, to do an action. Fa'ala yaf'alu wa huwa fa'ilun, and then hum fa'iluna. Marfum bil waw li'annahu jama muzakkar salim. So fa'iluna is the doer of the deeds. Doer of the deeds, fa'iluna. Khabru marfum bil waw. But I wrote down here jama muzakkar salim. That's it. That's why I want to now move forward. Those, brothers and sisters, those who guard their chastity, this is very important. Very important. Very important. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِفُرُوجِهِمْ حَافِظُونَ. Those who guard their chastity. And those who of their private parts are protectors. Furujihim is a private parts, or hafizuna are protector. But it sounds very nice when we say those who guard their chastity. This is clear Quran. Those who guard their chastity. They are the protector of their chastity. So wallazina, same mislu iram, wallazina fi ayatil karimati, number 3. Like number 3, we did it before. Fine. And then hum, same mubtada, li furuji, private parts, li furujihim jar majrur, mutalikun bihafizuna, hum, damirun muttasilun, mudaf ilayhi, mudaf ilayhi. I wrote down private parts. They protect their private parts. They protect their chastity. So we know it all. Hafizuna, we know it. Hafiza yafazu, to preserve, to protect. Hafiza yafazu wa huwa hafizun wa hum hafizuna. Keepers, preservers, observer, wardens, protectors. They are, when you say they protect their chastity by abstaining from unlawful sex. By abstaining from unlawful sex. That is the meaning of furujihim, hafizun. Did you get the idea? Inshallah. Except illa ala azwajihim aw ma malakat aymanuhum fa innahum ghayru malumina. They protect their private parts, their chastity, except with their wives, spouses, or those bondswomen in their possession. Okay. Morally says, except unto their spouses, or whom their right hands own, for they are then not blameworthy. Now, this is a lot of discussion and some beautiful things mentioned we can check ourselves a little bit. I did not go in the detail about ma malakat aymanuhum, but I got the verses of the Quran. That should be good enough, inshallah. So, illa allazinahum li furujihim hafizuna illa ala azwajihim, except in front of their partners, parent. No, pair. Azwaj has got two meanings, you know. I will show you. Azwajun means husbands and wives. For wives, husband is azwaj, comes from azwajun, spouses, partners, pairs. Zawjun. Azwajun is plural, singular is zawjun. Is used in Arabic for either husband or wife. So this thing applies to both husband and wife. This verse, you know. Fine. Azwajihim, or there is more explanation, but I thought it was not important. Harfu atfin, or ma. Now this is allazi. Allazi. Allazi ismu mawsula mabni ala mabni bimana allazi. Ismul mawsula bimana allazi. Mabni ala sukun fi mahali jar. Jar. Mawtufun ala azwaj, should say. Illa ala azwaji. Fine. Ma malakat. Malaka, fi'lun ma'adin. Fi'lun ma'adin. Ta'u tanisi. Mabni ala fata. To possess, to own. Malaka yamliku. Aymanuhum, right hands. Their right hands. Aymanu fa'il. Malakat aymanu fa'il. And then aymanu is mudaf. Hum mudaf ilayhi. Wal jumlatu silatul mawtul. See, allazi came, so silatul mawtul, this came. Ayma malakat aymanuhum. Now here is something I found very interesting, but I didn't feel like bringing the subject here. See, aymanu is the, what shall I say? Bondswoman. Bondswoman. Slaves, bondswoman. Now, in the early period of Arabic history, you know, when there was no religion except worshipping idols, there were common fights. So when the tribes fight, then one loses the battle and other wins. So the tribe that lost the battle, his whole family, his wives, his children, they become slave to the conqueror. So this is how the slavery carried on in them. Now the loser of the battle lost everything. Everything. His family, his children, his land, everything. And the conqueror got the family, the ladies as their slaves. So that is from where it starts. But I read something very nicely. Maybe you can check it yourself. Dr. Morali says, this provision has to be understood in conjunction with Surah An-Nisa. Surah An-Nisa is number 4, ayah number 25, 24 and 25. It gives the detail about the situation of bondswoman. But now this thing is almost non-existent. So, but in those days, it was a practice. So Allah has put some beautiful conditions for the person to be very fair to the bonds woman, very fair, very fair. Huh? And if you are a Muslim, we should follow them. Huh? So I would request you, please read Surah Al-Nisa, ayah number 24, 25. And then we'll do more, inshallah, next time. Now here is something else I want to tell you. I don't know how we'll do it. I will ask Brother Yusuf Jamal what to do, because the 2 verses of the Quran took almost 1 hour and 15 minutes, or maybe more than that. Now I have here something that I want to share with you, brothers and sisters. See, because in the ayah number 12, 13, 14, 15 of Surah Al-Mominoon, my teacher had drawn my attention to that. I did not know Quran very well at that time. He says, in these verses, Allah is describing the growth of the embryo in the womb of the mother till he dies, describes all scientific facts, different stages of the development of embryo from the moment it is set in the womb of the mother. It is all mentioned in the Quran. And you know, there was a professor, he passed away in 2019. I have his book with me. I somehow managed to get one for myself. The developing human, the developing human clinically oriented embryology by Professor Keith Moore. Keith Moore. He's from Toronto. He's from the University of Toronto. You know, this is his textbook. He wrote this textbook to teach students about embryology. And he mentions the development of a child that was mentioned in the Quran 14 centuries ago, or more than that. So then they brought this thing to his attention, to Keith Moore. And the Keith Moore was in touch with the Saudi Arabia and the people in charge of education there. And he was told what is in the Quran. He was shocked, completely shocked. Impossible. This is a modern scientific information. How can anybody know 14th century or 14 and 15 centuries? I don't pay proper attention to, I would like to say one figure, 14th centuries or 15th centuries or something like that. So he wrote the book, and in that he added the developing human by Professor Dr. Keith Moore with Islamic additions. Now, I have a request for you. You will love it, my brothers and sisters. You will love this. I went to Google and I typed his name, Keith, Professor Keith Moore, and all Islamic videos also came that he was talking, he is giving interviews and everything, you know, and he talks about Islam. So there were people who said, have you become Muslim that you are talking about Islam? But he was a very scientific person, intellectual, What he found, he wanted to describe. So I would like you to go, if you get a time, to Google and type his name, Professor or Dr. Keith Moore, and see the videos. Maybe you will love it, inshallah. And maybe I will check it and I will see if I can find some interesting video clips. I'll mail to all the students, inshallah. So that is it. We'll continue. I think we'll continue from here. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِفُرُوجِهِمْ. Number 5. We'll continue from number 5, inshallah, next Sunday. And so, Jazakumullahu khairan, my brothers and sisters. May Allah bless you. May Allah accept your sacrifices of time to study and understand the Quran as hasanat in your scale of good deeds. May Allah bless you all, your spouses and children, with excellent health, barakat in your rizq, in jobs, in your business, in your careers, in your profession, in your education and in the education of your children. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us all with a strong memory and deep knowledge of Arabic to understand in depth the message of the Quran, so that we can all feel the miracle of the Quran in our hearts. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enlighten our homes and our families with the nur of the Quran and instill this nur in our children. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us all safe and protected from the evil of this virus. May Allah protect the Muslim Ummah all around the world, wherever they may be residing, from the evil of this virus. May Allah protect them, humanity at large, from the evil of this virus. Inshallah, we'll see you next Sunday and continue. Rabbana atina fi dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adhaban nar. Rabbana hab lana min azwajina wa zurriyatina qurrata ayunin waj'alna lil muttaqina imama. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتوب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Do go and look for Dr. Keith Moore in Google. You will find it very interesting, inshallah, because what he is writing, we are studying next week, inshallah. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.